Ako urong dito, and I said I would stake my honor, my life, and even the presidency.
Hukong ng pagbabago, hukong ng pagbabago, pag-asenso, hukong ng pagbabago, pamanaon, hukong ng pagbabago, katawan ang nasayo.
Good noon, Malacañang press corps. Good Friday. Let's now have Presidential Spokesperson Salvador Panelo.
Good morning, members of the MPC. I'm ready if you are.
Joseph.
Sir, okay, si Maria is out on bail, no? But she said that, the tendency now is to weaponize laws against critical reporting of the president.
All right. Let me discuss point by point her allegations. Number one, first, it's a private citizen suing Maria Ressa. The president does not know the complainant, nor is he acquainted with him. The complaint, from what I gather, began in 2012. The article was published on 12 and then republished on 14. Hence, it's covered by cyber law. Of course, they claim that it's not. But that's a legal issue that the court should resolve. But the fact alone that there is a warrant of arrest means that the court has effectively issued that it's within its jurisdiction, meaning to say that the crime charge is correct. Now, she says that there has been irregularity in the filing of a case as well as her arrest. Let me tell you, Maria, that the case filed against you was in accordance with law. This is not a case of freedom of expression, as you claim. It is a case of one man, in the person of the complainant, asserting his right under the law for a perceived violation of his right. That is why he filed a case against you. Now you say rule of law. Precisely the rule of law has been observed. A case was filed against you. A preliminary investigation was accorded to you. That is in accordance with law. That is a rule of law. And the prosecutor found probable cause. Hence, the case was filed before the court. Under the Constitution, before a judge can issue a warrant for an arrest of a person, he has to personally go through the evidence presented before the court and determines whether there is probable cause. And obviously the judge so found probable cause, hence there is an issuance of a warrant for her arrest. That is an observance of the rule of law. Now, she was granted bail. Again, that is rule of law because she's entitled to that. Now let us go to her specific complaint. She says that She was arrested after 5 p.m. What does the warrant says? The warrant is directed to a peace officer to arrest her, or any person for that matter, facing a criminal charge as soon as possible, or in other words, immediately. There is no specific time frame. The direction is to bring that person before the court in accordance with law. Now she says, no, but I should have been arrested the morning after. Oh, Maria, you want to be treated differently from a class of persons subject to a warrant of arrest just because you are a high-profile journalist? Excuse me, Maria. The law is no respecter of social status. Everyone is equal under the law. Just because you are a high-profile journalist, you want to be treated differently. Number two, she says, because we had a debate last night in one television station, the station of Ina, Andulong, CNN. She was saying, because I was asking her, she was saying that there were irregularities. One of them, she said that there is no information attached to the complaint. I cannot even understand what information is. A complaint. Information is the one filed in court. Complaint is filed by a private individual. Anyway, she says, because since there is no information, or if there is an information, there is no stated recommended bail. I said, that is not a requirement. It's the court that sets the bail. Even a prosecutor recommends bail for so less or so much, it's the court that will determine how much you will have to post bail. Number two, she says, because I asked her, what's the reason for the court not granting you bail last night? Oh, there are so many reasons. I can tell you that person. No. I said, I want it now. I want to hear it from you now. She said, well, the court said there is no information sheet. There is no stated bail. My response was this, and I'm going to tell her again. Maria, you cannot blame the court, nor the government, nor this administration, nor the president on the incompetence of your lawyer. Your lawyer should have argued before the court that your case grants you entitlement as a matter of right of bail. The absence of an information sheet is not an excuse not to grant you bail. Moreover, I cannot even understand, Maria, why your lawyers do not have a copy of the information filed against you. Now, you complain about the arrest. I understand the case was filed 1 week earlier. But your lawyer was saying that, I saw him this morning on a TV program. He said, but Maria could not know that the case was filed a week earlier because she was not sent a copy. My goodness. Lawyers should always be on their toes. You know that your client is facing a charge, and anytime the information could be filed. When I was practicing lawyer, my client never entered jail, or most of them, because I knew that a warrant would be there, and I had to, stay in the court, or my staff would wait in the court so that we can post bail immediately. So stop blaming anyone for the unpreparedness of your lawyers. There is absolutely nothing to do with the freedom of expression. Now you say, there is an abuse of power. Excuse me, Maria, abuse of power? You are the one abusing your power as a journalist. You're marshaling your colleagues to support you on the basis of a misplaced and baseless cause. What is the cause? The cause is you're saying that the government is instilling fear because of the case filed against you. There is no connection whatsoever. So you're the one using your power as a journalist. We all know media is the fourth estate in attacking the government as well as this administration. Number two, you're saying there is a weaponization of the law. Oh, Maria, you are the one using or weaponizing the law. What is the law? The constitutional right to freedom of expression. You're using that now against the government. But the Constitution says libel is not protected by the freedom of expression. That is precisely why you are charged. Because as far as this complaint is concerned, his rights have been violated by you. You have to be woman enough to face the complaint against you. Stop blaming the government. In the same way that the case filed against you relative to tax evasion, that has nothing to do with your work as a journalist. Otherwise, if we will follow your logic, then journalists, commentators, reporters can no longer be sued because there will always be the accusation, the allegation, the perception that the government is trying to curtail your freedom of expression. That cannot be done. As you say, we have to abide by the rule of law. That is precisely this government is observing.
Follow-up? May follow-up question? Joseph, follow-up yan, eh?
Sir, just your comment on the spring of support that Maria Ressa is getting from world leaders such as Madeleine Albright and some journalists, also international journalists like Christian Amanpour. So, your comment, please.
Well, the support obviously is coming from those who have been either ignorant of the facts or misinformed of the facts. They should have looked at the complaint. Because the feeling is she was just arrested, picked up at the wrong time. But if you look at the facts, all were done in accordance with the law. What she wants is she wants to be treated differently. That cannot be done.
Follow-up. Sir, basahin ko lang yung question ni Pia ng Rappler.
Is that the same or?
No, sir. Does the palace agree with the government efforts to ensure Maria Ressa spent a night in detention? These efforts include serving arrest warrant after office hours and a Pasay night court refusing to allow her to post bail when it was within his authority to do so.
I think that question has already been answered in my discussion.
And second question ni Pia, does Palace agree with DOJ interpretation that the prescription period to cyber libel is 12 years and not 1 year, as stated in Revised Penal Code for Libel? Cybercrime Prevention Act does not indicate a specific new prescription period for cyber libel.
Again, that was already answered. I said that is a legal issue that be raised before the courts. And the fact alone that the court has issued a warrant of arrest, it appears to me now that the court has ruled on that. Meaning to say, as far as the court is concerned, the correct complaint was filed under the cyber law. That answers your question.
Follow-up question? No more?
In other words, it doesn't matter whether the palace agrees or not. We're not concerned with that. What we are concerned about is you follow the law. If that is what the court says, then that is the law.
Okay, follow-up, Joseph?
Sir, with regard to the case, do you agree that it will all boil down to what? Sir, tawag ka. What republication is? So, in your perspective, sir, based on is there a provision in the cyber law with regard to republication, because it's a different medium compared to maybe print?
The issue is whether or not one, as they claim, it's not covered by cyber law. Number two, whether or not the publication, the words stated therein are libelous. Those are the legal issues to be decided by the court. So let's wait. Maria Ressa is entitled to the presumption of innocence, and I'll be the first one to defend her on that. That's why I told her last night, prepare for your defense. You're entitled to that. Because had the court denied her bail on the basis of, because initially I was told that wala daw jurisdiction. If that was the reason, I would have punched on the court and criticized. But hindi naman yun ang naging decision ng court. So let us just leave the case to the court. It's there already.
Okay.
And moreover, she was saying that it gives a chilling effect, intimidation, the case filed against her. Well, how can it even affect others when you're even not even affected? You're smiling from the time you were arrested up to the time you were at the NBI, and you were also, in fact, using your right of expression to attack the government. So, you say chilling effect, you don't look it does not appear you were affected. And if you were not affected, how could the others be affected? And I will even credit you for smiling. Tama yan, dapat ganyan talaga. Ganyan talaga ang buhay.
Okay. MPC questions?
But one thing I can tell you, Maria, the government, this administration will never interfere nor intercede. If your perception on the decision of DAJ is wrong, there are always legal remedies available to you. Your lawyers know that. Let your lawyers do the talking for you, Maria.
Questions? MPC. Other issue na? Other issue? No more? Ina.
Coincidentally,
I'm sorry.
I
Ina then
was
Treo.
requesting, by the way, who's from Abs-Cbn here? I was requesting Karen. I said, I think you should also give us the opportunity to guest in your program so we can point out and discuss the allegations made by your guests. And reply niya, Sir, eto yung ANC, we'll just cover your news briefing. Ganyang ka-fair ang ABS-CBN. Ayaw bigyan ng pagkakataong mag-guest in the same program that a particular guest explains her case. Dapat bibigyan nyo rin kami. Iba yung venue nyo, iba yung venue dito.
Hi, sir. Sir, this is a follow-up to questions asked the President last night about the pending bills, rice tarification, and the expanded maternity leave. Sabi po niya, pag-aaralan niya yung expanded maternity leave kagabi.
Di pag,
Ano na po ang status?
Baka natulog pa siya, hindi pa napag-aalala.
But will those bills lapse into law? Because kahapon po dapat yung last day for the... Or both ba? Both po yata, sir. So what's the status?
Hindi pa natin alam. He could have signed it prior to the effective date, or he could have vetoed it. We don't know yet. We will have to wait for an official announcement on the matter.
Just to be clear, yesterday yung expanded maternity leave and today po yung rice tarification.
Kaya
So
nga,
we'd like an update on
let's just
it.
wait for the announcement from the Office of the Executive Secretary.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, okay. Okay, Joseph.
Procedure. We have to wait until 12 o'clock midnight tonight for the law to be considered lapse.
Hindi. Unang-una, we're speculating. We don't know if...
Hindi sir, procedural. I mean, sabi ni Presidente, hanggat meron siyang time, he's still in control. So, halimbawa sir, up to 12 midnight ba yung, kumbaga, window for the President to do any action before it lapses into law?
No, after that day, di batas na yun. Kung hindi niya
Okay,
pinirma.
so it's that.
MPC questions? Wala na? Joseph? Questions? Okay.
Bakit wala si RJ?
Sir,
Yes.
yung kay yesterday po, the
what?
president had a few choice words for the former Senator Keith Tatad. Were you able to read the transcript?
Ano,
You
ano
monitor?
ba sinabi niya? What
I
did
don't
he-
want to repeat it because it's
It's what? It's libelous?
few choice words. No, okay.
Oh, what? The Tatad claims that he had a kidney transplant, di ba? And it's a false news. It's false. He never had a kidney transplant. And very funny because I look at the date when he said he had a transplant. You know what I discovered? The day that he had a transplant, he was there at the Mega Mall watching Batos movie premiere. And that alone should already... Besides, mukhang hindi nyo nga pinatulan eh. Wala, nobody carried that item.
Which one?
Yung claim niya na nag-kidney transplant. I didn't read any major newspaper getting it. That means hindi pinatulan yung claim niya kasi alam naman nilang hindi totoo.
Okay, sir. Can I read from the transcript?
Yes.
Wait lang ha. Iba munang haba kasi
Sige.
yung speech ka.
Si Prince muna.
Sir, just your 2 cents. Sir, last night, President Duterte said that parang he was obliged to raise the hand of Jingo Estrada because the former senator was present during the barangay officials event in Albay, sir.
Well, alam mo, from what I know from the president's character, he does not embarrass people. Especially women. Ayaw niya ng mapapaya. Eh siguro, as he explained it, baka courtesy lang sa kanya.
Okay, Joseph? Prince, meron pa?
Follow up on that.
Okay.
Sir, yun bang non-endorsement or exclusion? Can we call it exclusion of former senators Revilla and Revilla and Estrada had something to do with probably the pork cases in the Sandigan Bayan or corruption
I think I
allegations?
read a portion of the transcript. He said that too late na silang lumapit sa kanila. Moreover, baka feeling niya rin, hindi ninyo kailangang endorsement, baka manalo kayo dahil may mga dati na kayo mga senador, may pangalan kayo, kilala kayo ng tao. O baka hindi na kailangan.
Do you want me to read the transcript,
Yes.
sir? Okay. Just want to make sure. So, syempre, the president was reacting to the article, no?
Ikaw ba nagtanong noon sa kanya?
No, sir. It was just part of the speech. Ito, sir. Ikaw, Tatad, may diabetes ka eh. Kami ni Congressman Tolentino kapatid dito sa mga ganon noon sa langit yan. Hindi kayo ang binabastos ko, si Tatad. Sinadya ko yan para kapag nakita kita, bantay kita. Yan ang violation talaga ng press freedom. Pero hindi dahil galit ako. Yung kantsa mo parang bastos na. And then this paragraph, sir. Gusto mo ba talagang subukan kung meron pa kami o wala? You know what he's referring to here, right? The virility, sexual virility. May asawa ka, ipahiram mo sa akin. Ikaw, Congressman, baka dito na lang. Okay na yan. 10 minutes lang yan. Your comment, please.
Well, this is just a hyperbole, just to dramatize that he's still viril at this stage. And he's pissed off. He's pissed off with the kind of false news. Yun ang tinatawag na talagang, yun ang libelous. Kita mo, hindi ba siya nagdidemanda? Yun ang libelous.
But the language, perhaps?
Huh?
But the kind of language? Your
Which one?
comment?
Yeah, but people have been used to this president. Hyperbole. He uses certain situations and make fun of it, make fun of me, make fun of others. Pakwela lang naman. Presidente, sanay na ang tao. Natatawa na lang eh.
Okay.
Ang message ko kay Tatad, Noy, bago ka magpaluwas kaya ng mga column mo, mag-verify ka mo lang kasi. Verify. Can you imagine? You're saying may kidney transplant, nanonood pala dun sa Mega Mall, Kibato. Ay, masyado. Your days are over as spokesman of the former President Marcos. Galang natin.
Okay, Raymond, question.
Sir, kagabi rin nag-apologize si Pangulong Duterte kay Speaker Alvarez and now doon sa medyo pagkagulo ng line-up ng PDP laban dahil sa sariling
Ba't siya
koalisyon.
nag-apologize? Hindi ko alam.
Yes, he apologized.
Bakit nga? Why?
Dahil daw sa pagmanyobra ni Inday Sara Duterte, kaya napatalsik tapos eventually medyo nagkagulo yung line-up ng PDP dahil sa hugpong ng pagbabago. So ganoon talaga nagsasubmit ang Pangulo or kumbaga hindi na kumukontra kay Mayor Sara even to the extent na parang medyo pasok na sa affairs of governance or is affairs of the state.
Yung ginawa ni Mayor Sara?
Yes. I mean, removal of the speakers and now yung sa line-up ng PDP laban.
Let me correct you there. Mayor Sara did not remove Speaker Alvarez. It's the members of Congress who removed the Speaker. Kahit pa sino, kahit na presidente, kung gusto mong patanggal si Speaker Alvarez, kung yung mga members ayaw, I don't think he would have been removed. They voted. That's the fact.
Yun nga kaya nag-sorry kasi minanyobra. Inamin niya na ang sabi ng Pangulo, hindi raw niya magawang kontrahin o diktahan si Mayor Sara dahil away lamang. So, just to clarify, hindi naman to the extent na pag nag-interfere sa affairs of the government.
Unang-una, Mayor Sara has the right to campaign for or against any particular person. He is a political person. Number two, the president is right. He opted not to interfere. In the first place, he didn't even know. So how can he interfere? Di ba sabi niya, hindi ko nga alam, nangyari na nung malaman ko tapos na. So, tama naman yung ginagawa ng presidente. It only shows to us that this president never interfered at all with the happenings, occurrences inside another branch of government.
Sir, sa tingin niyo, sinong mas marami may panalo? Yung line-up ng Pangulo, yung PDP laban niya, o yung line-up ng hugpong ng pagbabago ng anak niya?
The problem with that question is it might put me to risk in violating a provision of the law that we should not either campaign for or against.
Well,
So I'd rather not respond to your question.
Ano na naman fearless forecast is not campaigning.
It still is. If I were the COMELEC, I would consider it.
Okay, questions, MPC. Joyce?
Follow-up lang, sir. Sir,
Joyce.
hindi naman kinausap ni President Duterte si Inday Sara to help him campaign for those
Hindi,
he already... kung tinutulungan ba ni Mayor Sara si President Duterte to campaign for those he already endorsed? Kasi merong nasa lineup ng hugpong, although not everybody, ay in-endorse ni President Duterte.
Well, as he said, he did not interfere with Mayor Sara, and I don't think he would interfere given his character. Si Presidente, hindi nakikialam eh. Tingnan niyo yung style niya. Kahit nag-aaway yung mga ng mga officials, he never interferes. Tinanong ko minsan siya doon eh. Kaaway, mo sila, matira matibay, para makita natin kung ano talaga nangyayari. Pinapabayaan niya lang. Yun ang style niya.
Sir, pinapatanong lang ng office. Do you have any ideas saan po kinukuha ni Mayor Inday Sara yung campaign funds for hugpong?
Uy, ang daming, di ba ang daming, kasi there are many admirers of Inday Sara. Admirers and supporters. In fact, there is even a movement launching her to be the next president. Maraming believe sa kanya eh. They see in her the character of the father. Magaling, matalino, matapang. Mas matapang pang aking presidente daw eh. So, natural lamang sa mga kaibigan niya at sa kaibigan ng mga kaibigan niya nasuportahan yung mga kausa niya kasi hanga sila kay Mayor Inday Sara.
So wala, sir, government funds or public funds being
Oh,
used?
definitely. Naku si Mayor Sara pa, napaka-stricto niya. You know what the people there in Davao City said when she was mayor? Until now, mas stricto pa yan kay Mayor Digong. Yan si Mayor Sara, lalo na sa mga expenses.
Okay, Raymond.
I will not be surprised if she becomes president of this country after her father.
That's an endorsement, sir.
No? Oh, that is not an election in regard to presidential election.
Mabilis na follow-up lang, sir. Sir,
Kaya ko lang sinabi yun kasi naalala ko, merong makapagal, mayroong anak na naging Gloria Arroyo presidente, merong Cory Aquino na naging presidente naman yung anak na si Pinoy. Baka ako meron namang Duterte at may Sara Duterte. Yun
is
na
she
kaya ko lang
planning,
nasabi yun.
sir, is she planning to run for presidency in 2020?
That should be addressed to her.
Do you have any idea, sir? Malaki naririnig na ganon.
Wala.
Raymond.
Sir, another issue doon sa drugs. Kagabi kasi inamin at ipinagmalaki pa ng Pangulo na napakalaking intelligence fund yung kanyang ginagastos raw laban sa illegal na droga kaya maraming bumubulagta. Sinabi niya na bag daw ng pera yung binubuksan niya sa harapan ng mga pulis sa intelligence para bilang suporta at gamitin sa intelligence. With this, sinabi niya na bulk ng mga pera, intelligence fund na ginagamit. Kontento ba kayo sa naging performance ng intelligence community ng PNP against illegal drugs?
Oh, definitely. You know, I'm receiving briefings every day coming from the military sources. Every day, merong buy-bust operation. Marami na aresto. May mga lumalaban din. So, in the process, nagkakaroon ng mga barilan. Marami ako nababasa na, excuse me, nabuwag yung ganitong factory, na-discover. I'm very satisfied with the performance.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, question muna from RJ, Secretary. How serious is the delay? Si RJ to, sir. How serious is the delay of the Build program due to shortage in manpower, and what is the government doing to address it?
The Build?
Yes, kasi sabi daw po ni Presidente sa speech niya, masyado nang atrasado, kulang na.
Yun na nga, kaya nga di ba, I explained to you one time that he directed the chief to do something about it. Kasi we are lacking in experts in carpentry, in welding, yung mga technical, kulang eh. Marami po tayong mga taong hindi empleyado sa gobyerno o sa kumpanya kasi hindi naman sila qualified. Lalo na yung mga vocational, lalo na sa construction. Kaya sabi ni Presidente sa TESDA, abay kailangan gumawa ka ng paraan niya para magkaroon tayo ng malalim na bench ng mga karpentero, ng mga welders, mga electricians. Kasi marami ang nagpuntahan sa iba't ibang bansa eh. In other words, we're doing something about it.
Okay, thank
That
you.
is the response.
Okay. Mag-last question na tayo? Joseph?
So yung gabi, yung pong sa concert, can you provide us more details, yung attendance si Presidente dun sa, that's the Valentine's concert, no?
Yeah, he attended together with members of the cabinet, but he arrived very late. I think he spent only parang more 20 minutes lang eh, kasi halos matapos na rin yung concert. But I think he enjoyed it because I was looking at him, he was smiling. But apparently, Sergio Mendez didn't know that he was the president. Yes, because when he got in, Sergio Mendez was facing back. He was talking to the musicians, parang nagkukumpas-kumpas. Kaya nung dumating ang presidente na ang daming alalay, plus yung media, hindi niya nakita yun eh. And he was just surprised nung tapos na. Kasi nagpaalam na siya eh. Biglang may sabi niya, more. Tumayo na si Presidente kasi nagpaalam na siya. Parang tingin siya nagtanong, bakit itong maman to? Lahat ng mga camera, tapos pinaliligan ng tao. Parang nagtaka lang siya. But nobody told him kasi.
Hindi niya binate or something.
Hindi, no eh. Yung may kasalanan nun yung Soler. Dapat binulungan laon, may presidente dyan na nandiyan. Ay siguro, si presidente rin, ayaw rin naman kasing nire-recognize siya.
Okay, thanks.
Okay? MPC? Okay.
He was, by the way, with Hanelet Abansenya. Miss Hanelet Abansenya.
Okay, thank you, MPC. Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Salvador
Thank
Panelo.
you.
Happy weekend and back to our main studio sa Radyo Pilipinas and People's Television Network.